and I've been hearing what's going on here and your questions and all that. I'm totally with you. I'm on your side. And the next few minutes, what I'm going to share is going to be focused on addressing some of these key issues and also talking about some of the overall picture. So are you with me? I know I'm going to hold you between you and your lunch time, and this is not going to take much time. I came with a lot of preparation, but I think I'm going to just focus on what your concerns are, and post lunch, Mr. Aradhya here will also address some innovative ways of how financial and fundraising can be done. He's got something up his sleeves. He's going to share that with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to skip the presentation right now, and I'm just going to talk to you straight. Well, I am an angel investor, and I'm also a strategic change management specialist. So one of the things that I do is about restructuring organization on finance. I represent an angel investment fund which is listed by SEBI, and this is a consortium of investors. So what we do, we have an access of about 200 crore fund. My fund is basically 30 crore fund, but collectively we have a pool of 200 crore fund. And what we do outside the scope of all this discussion is that we look at what kind of business you have, what ideas you have. We try to understand on what level you're working, what is your connect to the market, and what is the kind of emerging trend that it matches to. For example, just to give you a more clear picture on what I'm trying to share with you, there is something called black, there is something called gray, and also white. So, if you take an example of Bollywood, in the 90s and 80s, most of the films that were produced by Bollywood was funded by more or less the underworld fund, right? And that was driving the whole economy there. But then, as you saw that there were introduction of regulations, there was introduction of various schemes and support system for an ecosystem to build on a very regulated platform. That was the intent. So then you saw that half of it was being started to be funded by even SIDBI and various other organizations, and then you saw incremental decline of these kinds of black rated funds, right? Then gradually today you can't even think of any kind of film production or movie making with any kind of black kind of funds. It is purely well organized, regulated, highly calibrated, monitored fund that operates in the film world today. So there is a complete shift of the economy. So my dear friends, when we talk about these innovative funds and schemes and all these stuff, we are in the middle of this transition, and what we are seeing right now is a complete shift with GST and the conventional data being totally tallied. A very calibrated real-time data is coming out about the entrepreneurs. So therefore, what is emerging is a new trend which you are going to witness now, this year and coming next. And what is it? It is about very clear validation of data and verification, not based on CRISIL, not based on civil cases and all. It is based on the validation of the business as to what is the strength of the business, what market reach, and how much value it can create on the valuation of the business. All right. Now, if you look at that, therefore, there is a shift now of lot of fintechs which have come into the picture, who have been now being pushed into the economy because of this accredited, regulated stuff which is taking shape in the market. So you have lot of digitalization of the transaction which you are seeing, which you are witnessing, and in this process what we are seeing is new type of funding that is emerging, and that is based on the deal flow. kind of flow of business you have. Based on that, you are getting funding support. What kind of verticals that you are handling? What is the emerging forecast of those verticals? Those kinds of fundings are coming, and of course, ecosystem funding is also now being encouraged. So these are the three emerging trends which have just started. And one of those players is my group and my team. What we do, whether it is MSME, small business, or it is creating mass entrepreneurship kind of model, ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ನ ಗಂಭೀರವಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ, ಹೂ ಆರ್ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಬಿಹೈಂಡ್ ಇಟ್, ಅದನ್ನ ಯೋಚಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ವಿ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್. That is, we become a helping hand to support you in your business by being part of it, where we take some ownership to ensure whether you have any connectivity in the market, any large basket of opportunities are available. ನಿಮಗೆ ಅದು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು 2x 3x ಗ್ರೋತ್ ನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟರ್ನ್ ಓವರ್ ನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟರಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರೋದು, ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಫಂಡ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. And with this, various other fintechs are there. Like one of the example is Capital Float, which is there in Bangalore, which does very quick, fast transaction of funding. It does not go through all these channels that we spoke about, but it gives funding credit support. ಈಗ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ, ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ವಿಷಯಗಳು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅದು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ನಾಗ ಬಂದಿರೋರು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಷನರ್ಸ್, ಅವರು ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಮೇಕಿಂಗು ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಏನು ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋರು. ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ. ಸೊ ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ದ ರಾಂಗ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಟು ದ ರೈಟ್ ಪೀಪಲ್.
Right question to wrong person.
Whatever, as far as it is understood. So therefore, my dear friends, what I am trying to say, ನಿಮ್ಮ ನೋವು ಏನಿದೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪೇನ್ ಏನಿದೆ, I completely agree with you, understand that. So what I am trying to say here is, ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ, this is supported by Government of India and Government of Karnataka as well, what we are trying to say. Now, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ when we say ಈ particular MSME ಗೆ ಈ ತರ ಫಂಡಿಂಗ್, like for example, one woman entrepreneur came to us. She said she's already got KSFC in the one sanction, one the bank in the already sanction. Now she's struggling to put the machinery in place, importing from China, and she needs 2 crore working capital to start the project. And it is one of the only kind in Karnataka, because the sourcing of that material is either in Punjab or in Bengal. There is no other place. So what we did, we sat with her, we worked with her. We are also partner to SIDBI. Now what happens is SIDBI never funds directly. SIDBI Ventures fund, which is there, 100 crore fund which is there, and also the 500 crore fund which is there, will not come to you directly from SIDBI. It comes through a nodal partner. Whereas SIDBI is a nodal agency, it will partner with that particular SEBI registered fund like us, right? And the routing will be through us. So you need to come with an open mind. Now the subsidy, all these things are on the high red bracket, where the government is being recommended to now cut down on the subsidies and all that, and make it a more calibrated economy, a robust economy, right? ಈ ತರ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿಯಿಂದ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಎಕನಾಮಿ ಇನ್ನ ವೀಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಹೌ ಡು ವಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂಥೆಂಡ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿ? ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಕಂಪೀಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಕೇಪಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇವಾಗ ಈ 2 crore ಫಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ವುಮನ್ ಆಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿನರ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬಂದ್ರು, ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇದನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ತಗೋಬಹುದು, ಎಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಫಂಡ್ ಇಂದ ಹಾಕ್ಬಹುದು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಫಂಡ್ ನಾವು ಕೌಂಟರ್ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು. ಕೌಂಟರ್ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ, ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರೊಬ್ರು ಕೂತಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು 100 crore ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ ನಾನು, ಬಟ್ ನನಗೆ ನೀವು 5 crore ಕೂಡ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಫ್ 100 crore deal he is talking about and 75 crore property collateral is asked for, we will give the counter guarantee from our fund. So what happens here, they are practitioners, you are creating a win-win space here. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಇವ್ರ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆನೂ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ನಮಗೂ ಒಂದು ಡೀಲ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಫುಲ್ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್. ಸೊ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಇವರು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ನಾವು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಫಂಡ್ ನ ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್, ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಿವೆನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದೀಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ SEBI ಅಪ್ರೂವ್ಡ್ ಫಂಡ್ಸ್. ಈ ತರ ನಮ್ದು 3 SEBI ಅಪ್ರೂವ್ಡ್ ಫಂಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಅದಾದ ನಂತರ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಅದರ್ ಫಂಡ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪೂಲ್. All these work only to support these things, and this is how the next ongoing economy will be, where everything will be white, everything will be regulated. So ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋದ್ರೇನು ಯಾವುದೇ ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ಸಭೆಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, the moment we say what is your problem, what is that you are facing as a challenge, first question ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಸೌಕರ್ಯಗಳು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಬಿಲ್ಲು ಬಾಣ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. But I think we need to step out of this, think out of the box, step out of this, and I would like to say further, ಯಾರೋ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ, ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸವಾಲ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ವೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್? It is all in the mind. So there is no box also. Let us think in an open way. We throw the challenge to you today in this. SBI is coming with lot of new approaches in terms of creating what is required to meet the challenges of the next 2 years, 3 years. They have shared, right? But if we carry the problems of the past, ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ಇವತ್ತು ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಅಗತ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಏನು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. The problem is already solved, or the problem does not need to be taken forward at all because it has no value towards the future, right? So if you look at this way, my humble submission to all of you is, I challenge you. You come with what project you have, you come with what funding you require, we will sit with you, work with you, and all these people will sit and they'll do their part. We will solve your problem. Does that work for you? Yeah? So my name is Kishor Jagirdar, and I give you a commitment here on behalf of all of us here who are trying to see how we can bring transformation in your business. All right? So please talk to us. And at the end of this year, I'll be here for the rest of the day. I'm going to be here tomorrow also. You can come, talk to me. I will, on behalf of the team here, try and work with you and see that you get what you want. All right? Thank you very much.
How do you charge this? I mean,